Hello students, how are you? I believe that you guys are doing fine, and it's good to be your teacher again after we've been on lockdown for some weeks now. I just want you to know that God is in charge, and as you know that all things work together for those who love Him and are called according to His purpose. So the love of God on us continues, and it will never come to an end. As you know that we are to do revision for some weeks, and the revision that we want to do will be on the topics that seem challenges, the topics that are somehow challenging. Okay. I, as a teacher who has been teaching you for some times, I know where you are having a challenge or challenges, and most especially when it comes to construction. And our first term and second term, we really had some difficulties due to the school activities, so which prevented us from working hard on this topic. So that's why I have chosen to use this medium to explain the topic and to show you how you can do it. So, and I believe that each and every one of you is capable. So you are full of potential, you are intelligent, and you are perfect. So you can do it as I want to do it now. So what you want to start with is the bisection of a line. So when you are asked to bisect a line, it means you are asked to divide the line into two equal parts by construction. So for this construction, you need your ruler, you need your set square, you need your compass, and you need your pencil. But here I'll be making use of a pen. I'll be making use of pens so that you can see it clearly. So that's why I make use of pens. But when you are doing your own, you have to make use of a pencil. All right. So you want to divide the line into two equal parts, and that line, its length is 6 centimeters. So the first thing that we are going to do is that we draw a line. So draw a line. So after you have drawn this line, I'm going to measure 6 centimeters on this line. 6 centimeters on this line. So this is the starting point, and this is 6 centimeters. Okay, so I'm going to make this line thick from here. Okay, so the line has been made thick. So I'll call this point, I'll call it A, and the second end of the line, I will call it B. Okay, now I will now take my compass. Take your compass, put it at point A and extend it to any convenient radius. But that radius must be greater than half of AB. Half of line AB is 3 centimeters. So make it more than 3 centimeters. That's what you mean by more than half of AB. So you can make it 4 centimeters. And put the pinpoint at point A as I've done here. Draw an arc up here and draw an arc down the line. Then with the same radius, bring it to point B. Here. So draw an arc up the line and draw an arc down the line. Okay, so these arcs, they intersect at this point. This one, they intersect at this point. I will call this point, I will call it point C. I will call this point, I will call it point C. This is point C. And I will call this point, I will call it point D. Okay, So the next thing we are going to do is that you take your ruler and you set it along this point, on this point C and D, and you draw a line. Draw a line. Okay, so draw a line. So let's call the point of intersection of line AB and line CD, let's call it point O. Okay, now let's check if we are correct. So if we are correct, the distance between OA and OB must be 3 centimeters. OA must be 3 centimeters and OB must be 3 centimeters. Let's measure it. Okay, this is it. This is it. So this is point A, 3 centimeters from here to here, and point B, this is point B. So from here to point B is 3 centimeters. It's 3 centimeters. So this is how to divide a line into 2 equal parts, or how to bisect a line. So when you're asked to bisect a line, follow this method, follow this process, so and you get it done perfectly. So the next thing I want to show you is how to divide a line into a number of equal parts. How to divide a line into a number of equal parts. Now, let's say we want to divide a line 7 centimeters into 8 equal parts. A line 7 centimeters into 8 equal parts. So the first thing you do is to draw a horizontal line like this. Draw a horizontal line. So draw a horizontal line like this. Okay, so after you have drawn the horizontal line, so measure 7 centimeters on this line. So from here to here is 7 centimeters. 7 centimeters. So I want to make the line, I want to make it thick so that we can all see it. Okay, so this is line 7 centimeters. So let's call this line, let's call it line AB. So this is point A, and this is point B. Okay, now you take your set square. Take your set square, and this is 30 by 60 degrees set square. 30 by 60 degrees set square. You can use the small one. You can use the small one. If it's the small one that you have, you can use it. So because I teach technical drawing, so that's why I usually make use of this one. Okay, now take your 30 degree set square, you set it like this. Just look at the way I set my own. So set it like this. So at point A, just set it like this at point A and draw a line. So draw a line like this. Okay, so after you have drawn the line, take your compass and extend it to any convenient radius, but it shouldn't be too wide. Just make it like this. Just see this one. So make it like this, or you can reduce it. So now put the compass at point A after you have extended to what you want. So put it at point A and you draw an arc on this line. So you call this, call it 1. So this is 1. Don't forget that we are dividing this line AB into 8 equal parts. Then the next one, put it at this point. Put it at this point here, and then draw an arc. So this is 2. So put it here again. Put it here. Put it here. So this is 3. Next, put it here. Put it here. Then here we have 4. Next, put it here. Put it here. So here we have, this is 5. Next, put it here. So this is 6. Then put it here like this. This is 7. Then put it here, and this is 8. So this is the last one, 8. So the next thing we are going to do now is that we are going to join the last point here, this one, the last point here, we are going to join it with point B. We join this one, the last one, this one that my pen is touching. So we join it with point B. That's the first thing we are going to do. Okay, so join it like this. Draw a straight line. Okay, draw a straight line. So join them together. So the next thing we are going to do is this. We are going to draw a line that will stand like this at each of these points. At each of these points. Okay, so what you are going to do is this. Take your set square. Take your set square. Set it on this line like this. Set it on this line. Set it on this line. And then use your ruler. Support it with your ruler. Let it stand on your ruler. You cannot use your T-square to do this. You have to make use of your ruler. The reason is that your whole line may bend like this. If it is bent like this, if your line is like this, don't worry. You are okay. You are correct. If it is like this, don't worry. Your work is okay. Your work is okay. If it is like this, your work is okay as I have on my own. The reason is that the radius that I took is the one that will determine the nature of the line or the direction of the line. So if I have taken a radius that is more than this, that is more than this, my line will have bent to this side. It will have bent to this side. If I have taken a radius that is less than this line will have bent to this side. So it is radius that you take that will determine the direction of the line. I hope that is clear. Okay. As I've said, that you set your set square on this line like this. You support it with your ruler. Let your ruler be at the bottom of the set square. Okay. Now, the ruler should remain stationary. The ruler should not move. Are you getting what I'm saying? Then move the set square to the next point on the line. Move the set square to the next point on the line and you draw a line. Just be looking at me. Look at the way I'm doing it. Look at the way I'm doing it. Okay. Now, then you press the ruler down. You move the set square to the next point. Move the set square to the next point. And then you draw a line again. Then move the set square to the next point. Draw a line. Move it to the next point. Move it to the next point and draw a line. Move the set square to the next point. Don't forget that the ruler is not moving. It is the set square that is we are moving. Okay. So move again to the next point. Move it to the next point. Draw a line. Okay. So move the set square to the next point again. Draw a line. Okay. So let's call this line. Let's call it line AC. Let's call it line AC. Okay. So I should have numbered this line earlier. This point, I should have numbered this point earlier. So this is point 1 and this is point 2. This is point 3. This is point 4. This is point 5. This is point 6. This is 7 and this is point 8. Okay, so this line AB has been divided into 8 equal parts. If you check the distance from here to here, it should be equal to the distance from here to here. So this is how to divide a line into a number of equal parts. It's as simple as I explained it here. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is to show you how to divide a line into a given proportion. How to divide a line into a given proportion. I believe that the word proportion is not strange to you. You've been doing rate, ratio, and proportion in mathematics. Rate, ratio, and proportion. You've done it in mathematics, so I believe this is not strange to you. So the proportion that we are going to use is 1:3:4. I said 1:3:4. So 1 ratio. Okay. So we are going to use 1:3:4. That is proportion we are using. Okay. Now, what you need to do is that you add these values of proportion together. Add them together. That means we have 1 + 3 + 4. So this will be equal to 8. Okay, is equal to 8. So let's say the length of the line is 7 centimeters. Is 7 cm. I want to use that 7 centimeters to show you something that will differentiate this the first one that we did from this one. Okay, now what you need to do is to draw the horizontal line. That's the first thing that you need to do. So draw a horizontal line. Draw a horizontal line. So I'm going to do here. So draw a horizontal line of any length. So on this line, I'm going to measure 7 centimeters. Measure 7 centimeters on this line. So from here to here is 7 centimeters. 7 centimeters. So I want to make it thick so that we can all see it. Okay, now, so this is, let's call this point P. Let's call it point P, and let's call this point, let's call it point Q. Okay, so what we want to do is just a little bit different from what we have done before. Just a little bit different from what we have done before when we divided line AB, which is 7 centimeters, into 8 equal parts. Okay, so on this line, from this point, set your set square here and draw a line, an inclined line. So use your 30-degree set square to draw it. Use your 30-degree set square to draw it. So now the next thing you are going to do is you take your compass and extend to any convenient radius as we did for the previous one. So make an arc on this line. Okay, so let's go. This is 1. Let's be numbering it at the same time. So this is 1. So next, put your compass at 1. Make an arc. This is 2. So we should have done the same thing for the other one. So next, put it at 2. Make an arc here. So call this point. This is point 3. Okay. Next, put it at 3. So this is 4. Don't forget that we are going to 8, because when we add the given proportion together, the result gives us 8 that we have here. So the next is put it at 4. Make an arc again. So this is 5. So put it at 5 and draw an arc. So this gives us 6. So next, put it at 6. Draw an arc. So this gives us 7. And last one, put it at 7. So make an arc on the line. So this, call this 8. Okay, so this is 8. So call this line, call this point, this is point R. Okay, now next thing you are going to do, as we did for the previous one, so you join the last point, this point here, the last one, which is 8. So join it with point Q. Join it with point Q here. So it goes like this. Okay, so join it with point Q. So now let's now look at what will differentiate this one from the previous one. Let's look at what will differentiate this one, which we are dividing to a given proportion, from the previous one that we divided into a number of equal parts. Okay, now you start from the last given value, which is 4. So from here, you move to this point 7 here, and you count 4 up. You count 4 up. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So you stop at this point. Stop at this point here. Then you take your set square. So take your set square. Set your set square along this line. Set it along this line as this line, and you support it with your ruler. Then you move it to point 4 and you draw a line. So next, the next proportion is 3. So count 3 up. We have 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So this point here. So we set our ruler along this line. Then you move it up to point 1. So you draw a line. Okay, so this is it. So this is the difference between the previous one and this one. So I can call this point, I can write it as we have there. This is 1, while this is 3, and this is 4. So I believe this is clear to you. So I've shown you how you can divide a line into 2 equal parts, which we call bisection of a line. I've also shown you how you can divide a line into a number of equal parts, and I've also explained and shown you how you can divide a line into a given proportion. So all you need to do is to practice what I explained here. Practice what I explained here. So as you know that practice makes perfect. So by the time we practice, we get used to it, as I've gotten used to it for a very long time. Thank you.